day. So, a few things happened. One, I was supposed to get my furniture for my apartment. It did not come. I was pissed. I had to spend the majority of the day trying to figure out who and what the fuck. Two, I spent most of the day getting rest. I've been feeling this really heavy tiredness. And I wanted to blame it on my cycle, right? And remember, we're evolving into Starseed. So I wanted to blame it on my cycle because my cycle was doing something weird this time around where it didn't come. And then randomly it came out of nowhere. Let me explain. So, when it first started to come, it's like it didn't want to come. And it was the weirdest ish I've ever experienced in my life. Like I've never experienced anything like that where a cycle like for a whole day is like I'm thinking like, am I about to have some kind of situation where because I'm getting so spiritually enlightened, I'm going through menopause? Because in the Sacred Woman Journey book, they'll say things like, if you if you go on this journey of healing yourself, you can potentially have shorter cycles, lighter cycles, and less painful cycles. And that's what I was experiencing. It's like the whole entire cycle was just out the door, out the windows, like it wasn't even happening. Which makes me then question this. Is this practice of becoming a sacred woman more like you're forcing your body into your spiritual existence so you're having less cycles? Meaning, oh, excuse me one second. Meaning, one, because you're not, I guess, focusing on your physical aspect of yourself, you're focusing more on your spiritual aspect. And I took a long pause because I want to make sure I say this right, but essentially you're becoming more spiritual, so you have less human like activity going on in your body. Now, this is the next question I have because this is a question that I actually want to ask Queen for herself. So, the people who do have these lighter cycles, less painful cycles, do they still conceive? Because I don't want to go through a process of making myself more spiritual, which will result in me not having any more kids. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm going so far to my spiritual version of myself that I'm no longer able to embody the act of actually birthing life. But spirit is life, so then wouldn't there be some correlation there? Isn't that how you get more like crystalline babies, indigo babies? I say yes, only because I know people who've gone through spiritual activations and spiritual enlightenment, but they've also had children, multiples. So I really think it's a fact of maybe manifestation. Um, Now I wonder if it's tricking the mind into wanting to conceive. Because I know my first pregnancy, I believe his father had already gone through a spiritual awakening, but it's not like he was trying to convince me to want to get pregnant or anything like that. What's up, love? It's not like he was trying to convince me to become pregnant. So I feel like with the spiritual activity of the woman's body, when you're going on the spiritual sacred woman journey and they're saying things like you're having a lighter cycle, less days on your cycle, less pain, that could be because of things like you becoming more spirit like again and less physically here. But I don't, from what I understand, think that affects you actually. What's up, man? I don't think that truly affects you birthing children, right? So, I mean, like the cup says, stay positive, work hard, make it happen. But just in that aspect of like, if you're birthing, or if you're having less days on your cycle and you're going through a spiritual ascension journey of the Sacred Woman book and you're just getting more and more spiritual, more and more sacred, I would think that I'm okay. I think I'm okay, right? My lips are pinker. I know, right? I look different. You see it? Is it a good different or bad different? Let me know, please, because I don't know. I feel different too. Okay. But yeah, like the sacred woman journey, I feel like when you're going through the sacred woman journey, okay. I feel like when you go through the sacred woman journey and you start having cycles, less days on your cycle, less period cramps, all that stuff, even though I believe you're becoming more spiritual, I think you can still birth children. Because, like I said, baby father went through a whole entire spiritual journey, still had my son, and even went on to have another kid with somebody else. So I think it's really in the mind, you believing and truly actually wanting to manifest a pregnancy with a person, which is funny because he didn't want to actually have a kid with me. We were still young. So, and again, that's how you get the rainbow children, the indigo babies, the crystalline babies. It's just being more and more spiritual when you birth these children. So I think that's where those gifted kids come from. When the kids' parents are like on the brink of, you know, their spiritual evolution entirely. I think that's why, like, I ain't gonna speak on it. But I think I know a special somebody who's like, their parent passed not too far after they were born, but I see why they might be so gifted spiritually. You understand? I was told that was a mistake. Yeah, people. Yes, a lot of parents do that too. But I don't. I don't even want to think in like layman terms like being a mistake. I'm thinking like in a sense of like, because there's no mistakes. Like maybe your parents didn't want to conceive right then and there, but God had a mission for you to do something for them, teach them something about themselves. You know, and that's what I feel like my son was like. Even though I was 17 when I conceived him, it was something he was supposed to teach me and his father before we got grown. There's a reason he came. So again, I believe there's no such thing as a mistaken kid. Like I think kids are supposed to be here. And honestly, I mean, they even say there's even talk that abortions and miscarriages are meant to happen. Meaning like the kid's contract was to come into the earth and teach you how to connect to a soul outside of yourself that you want to pour into, right? But then even furthermore, like it realizes based on its frequency, it doesn't want to exist in the world that you already exist in. It just came to shift your consciousness forward so that you can get closer to where that kid is. And then you eventually can actually birth that kid through someone else. Like I've had pregnancies where I was pregnant by someone and they went on to have a kid with somebody else, and I decided to not carry on the pregnancy, and it ended up being the same gender kid and everything. And like the one time I got to experience it on a cool note was the second time where I was pregnant by my son's father, but we decided not to have the kid. He ends up meeting somebody else. She gets pregnant. Same thing. He just came home from jail. She got pregnant. He just came home from jail. I got pregnant. It's the same storyline. However, I went to the baby's first birthday party. And I'm holding him like, oh, I'm not gonna lie. I was supposed to like be your mom, but I really apologize about not doing that and carrying that on. And the baby looked at me and he swung on me like twice. He's funny thing is my son did the same thing to me when I graduated from hair school. He swung on me. It's like something in that spirit of like, you know damn well it was supposed to be a little bit different than this. But it taught me like the boys that I was birthing, they're meant to love me, but also teach me tough love. Right? That something's bigger than me. Like I gotta stop looking at men the way that I was looking at men, which is now finally in the relationship that I most recently had dealt with. Is like I'm thinking about men like, oh man, niggas ain't shit. It's like no, men really teach you how fucked up the world is and how you gotta be more compassionate because they gotta carry so much more weight than women. Even though we got to carry the burden, they carry weight. Like they can't let it go because they have to make the connections. They have to go out. They have to go make. There's so much pressure to be a man. It's so draining to be a man. Trust me, I tried to do it plenty of times, like working a job and stuff without being in a relationship. Working a job is like so different than when you're in a relationship and you're working. Like when I was in a relationship and I was working, it felt like nothing was going on. I'm like, oh yeah, work, great, no problems, amazing, amazing. The second I tried to start working a job without being connected spiritually to a masculine energy, oh, all hell broke loose. I'm like, oh my God, why? What happened to the world? The world became a dark place. So I feel like, again, when it comes to our spiritual journeys and our evolutions, we go through relationships, pregnancies, miscarriages, and all these things to teach us stuff. Like, even when I had a miscarriage, I finally meditated on that baby's vibration. Oh my God, had that baby been born, those twins would have been born. they would have tore this motherfucking world up. I'm talking about their energy, the frequency that their energy was on. Like to hear their frequency, I'm like, damn, those were some star kids right there. Because their father was very, very, very spiritual. Like to the point where I saw him like playing with fire and fucking feathers, and the feathers wasn't burning and shit. I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit you on? Respectfully, like on some real magic shit. Like I'm like, so those kids out of this world. Like when they say you have special children, it's because you are special adults. So then it brings me and breaks me down to the point of this. Like, oh shoot, hold on. I don't even realize how special my parents are. If I'm this gifted, then who the fuck are my parents? It really makes you like have a whole entire opening eye effect of like, oh, get it from my mom. Oh, we should get that brain for you. Get it from my mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it breaks down a lot of different walls on the journey of like for you to understand, understand and overstand like, oh, I'm a big deal, but I'm only a big deal because they were a big deal when they had me. And it was like a clash of two comets bursted open and then here comes a me. So it's like for the kids that are special, I look at my son, I'm like, so damn, if you like that, then who are me and your father? Like it's for people who haven't gone through their journey yet before they have kids, when you finally realize your kids are special, you finally get to look at yourself and be like, damn, if y'all that special, do you believe in reincarnation of ancestors? Of course. My son, when he was born, or the year he was about to be born, his grandfather, my baby father's or my son's father's grandfather had passed away, and he gave him his middle name. So we had a thing like this. We basically said if we had a boy, I was gonna pick the first name, his dad was gonna pick the second name. And if we had a girl, I was gonna pick the middle name, and his dad was gonna pick the first name. We ended up having a boy, so it was perfect. I mean, not that it was perfect, right? But perfect in a sense where his grandfather passed away and my son's middle name ended up being that. So for me, I think, hold on, ooh, child. I think seeing my son act like such an old man so early in age. Like I got a video of him on my phone right now. I wish I could play it for y'all, but they don't let you do videos in the background. Where he's like, he's sitting and he's playing with my phone and he's like leaning over the chair. Like he's so short he could lean over a chair. Like he's like how you would lean over a bar with your elbows, but he's on a chair, like a dining room chair like that. And my sister's like, here, you need to take a shower. You stinking butt. He said, $5. Everybody start cracking up laughing. He's like, they said, what? He said, $5. He said, you need $5 to get in the shower? $5. Like he was always about his money and like transactional, and like he was an old soul from the beginning of time, right? So then that makes me think, who did I reincarnate? Because I don't know who passed when I was born. No one told me about who was alive and who passed around the time I was born. Because I was born, I had 6 grandmas, right? So if I passed, I had 6 whole grandmas. Like, hold up, sorry. If I passed, oh shit, almost fell out my chest. If I was born and I had 6 grandmas, I'm just trying to figure out who was the ancestor that passed in order to give me this like personality that I have. Because all of them were there when I got baptized. So it's like I feel like all my grandmas are in me. I mean, I still got 3 of them to this day who are still here, and there's 3 that passed. But I feel like my grandmas are me. So I'm like, who was the one that passed when I was born? And when I was born, my great grandfather and my great grandmother were there to kind of like usher me in. So they keep asking me about having twins, which again I said I was supposed to have twins a few years ago. He's like, can you just hurry up and have the kids? Everything you need is already there. Like I wasn't understanding the message because I wasn't all the way in my spiritual journey. He's like, but hurry up and have the kids. Like when you do that, you're gonna get everything you need. We just need you to have them twins. Like, cause they're both the same exact age. So they're like begging me to like get pregnant so they could just be reincarnated through me. Cause they were there for me and my soul. So they kind of gave me like, they poured it into me and now they're expecting me to like allow them to be rebirthed back into this cycle through me since they allowed me to come through them. You know what I'm saying? So the spirituality, I really do take that stuff serious. Like, that's why I'm so spiritually hygienic. Like, a lot of times living in an apartment is kind of difficult because it's like you around so many different energies that aren't your energy, and it's like they be trying to take advantage of you, or sometimes like maybe sometimes they be trying to protect you, or just trying to figure out how they could get in and fit in and get some or whatever. I don't know, right? But it's like I've never had to be pregnant and spiritually aware, is what I'm getting at. It's interesting. You should write about it. I'm actually writing a book called The Road to Euphoria, like basically how I got from being Sierra to now Euphoria. And I've been writing the book for years, since like I've been writing the book for at least 5 years plus. So in my albums, when you look at my music on Apple Music, it actually is it's Road to Euphoria Volume 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to continue on. I guess when I finally finish the book, I would do the Evolution album. Road to Euphoria, the Evolution. So, oh, thanks. Even though you watching the whole entire series through YouTube. Well, y'all will have to give y'all more detailed stories. But it's like knowing that you're here on this platform and able to really like tell your story and your experience, and the people get the chance to learn from it and build from it and grow from it. That's really why I enjoy the evolution of becoming a starseed, and like whatever that means. Like, to some people, the evolution of a starseed means I'm going to be a superstar. To other people, evolution of a starseed means I'm going to bust into a million and bajillion pieces, become a star again. Some people, like, they're going to astral project and they're going to stay in space forever. You know, it looks different for everybody. I mean, I've experienced almost all of them, except for becoming necessarily like famous. Like, I haven't become famous yet. Like, I'm well known in my area for like certain aspects. Like, I've had people walk up to me like, "Oh my God, Euphoria!" Like from freaking other states. They're like, "I'm visiting Euphoria. I follow you. I'll be on your live." I'm like, "Girl, what?" She's like, "I'm from Washington State." I'm like, "Oh my God." And like I look at where my music is being streamed at, and it's like I'm getting streamed all over the whole entire country, you know. And to see that 2 years ago I was only getting like 200 streams a month, and now we're at like 400, 500, sometimes even 800, 600 streams a month. It's like I'm seeing the growth, but it's like it's a slow climb. But I appreciate the slow climb because it's like it's all about the journey, anyways. And when it comes to these spiritual things, of like again, seeing your cycle change based on what's going on with you. Like you see how, oh, my cycle's trying to calibrate with the moon, or my cycle's trying to get in alignment with you know, what, like, because most women have their cycle when the moon comes, when we have a full moon, because of the release. Hold on, my phone need to get charged. Still have to check out your new music. Yeah, you do. Hold on one sec. I'll be right back. Gotta get my charger. I got that black girl, baby. Okay. Do you upload your music onto SoundCloud? I used to. Like, my inspiration song is on there. I don't have as much on there. I should probably focus on getting it back on there, because I know a lot of people do go on there and like just let their music stream, like they be like, you know. But I haven't been on. I haven't been on SoundCloud in a little minute. But yeah, I gotta use the bathroom. But yeah, the evolution. I only use SoundCloud for music. I'm on there. You can find me for sure. I think I already played the Mona Lisa song for you. That's my newest music. But this tea is so fucking good. I never knew that creatine and tea was gonna be the mix for me in the morning. Cause child, oh my God. Do you drink coffee? Mm-mm. I barely drink coffee. I think coffee becomes very addictive because of the caffeine in it, and I don't want to get no high off of no damn caffeine. Like if I get high, it gotta be off of like life. But hold on, let me get out of word of the day. But as it pertains to the star seed and evolution and the cycle and all that stuff, I feel like when we put our minds to it, we're gonna start having these really like dope ass babies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like babies you could make from scratch, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I want a baby that's like really lit. Like, but I think that's what we do anyways. Like, we get attracted to certain people to have kids with them because of the things that we see in them that we want to see in our children, whether we want to admit it or not. And then your body will go through certain phases to get prepared for that person if it's meant to be. Yeah, you're right, but coffee is the best in the morning. Oh, sorry, I can't even agree with you on that one, buddy. I'm sorry. I don't even like that. Oh, it's his birthday today. That's okay. Never mind. I get it now. Mm. Okay, today is October 30th. It says God's word changes things. Yet we have the same spirit of faith as he had who wrote, I have believed and therefore have spoken. We too believe and therefore we speak. 2 Corinthians 4:13. God created with words everything that we see. God said, let there be light, and there was light. Hebrews 11:3 says that everything that is visible was made from the invisible, which is why I always say you got to work on your spirit if you want stuff to happen in the physical. That's why I'm so spiritual, because everything that is visible was made from the invisible. God has blessings stored up for you in the spiritual realm that you may not be experiencing, but they do exist. Speak positive words today and call those things that are not, that are invisible. Okay, so speak positive words today and call those things that are not, that are invisible, into your life. Basically, manifest. See Romans 4:17. If you face a problem today, say, my problem is temporary. God's word says that I am an overcomer because of Christ's love for me. Even though I don't see the answers now, God will provide for all my needs. Okay. You know, the last time I had a dream that was it was eye-opening to me. I had a dream that I was like stuck. It's like a show was supposed to happen, right? And the girls I was on a bus with, they was like, oh my God. No, no, no. We went to a place where I was supposed to perform or something like that. And then the girls was like, oh my God, hurry up and finish her hair, hope and finish it. You're taking too long doing the hair. Which is kind of like what happened the other day. Oh shit, it's coming full circle. So you're taking too long doing those locks. I gotta finish. Like, no, the fuck you don't. You need to hurry up and come the fuck. Oh, we gotta go. We got to go. And then they were like, they looked down and said, oh my God, you left your shoe. I said, man, fuck that shoe. Let's go. We gotta hurry up and get out of here. And we got on the bus. They said, yeah, you keep on missing out on getting to your damn show because you keep on worrying about doing fucking hair. So as much as everybody wants to tell me I'm supposed to be a hairstylist and all this and stick with doing hair, like it's like people from past versions of myself always ask me to do hair, but it's like I'm supposed to be performing. It's like I was supposed to be on a tour bus. Then I had got on the tour bus, right? What happened after I got on the tour bus? Shit, I'm forgetting the dream. But basically, when I had that dream, because it was like you're missing out on opportunities to do something. Oh, okay. That's what happened. Okay, so the dream started out, I had just came out of the breathless state, right? So I was like in a spaceship or whatever. Like, you finally figured out the breathless state. I'm like, okay. Like, now you need to go down to Earth and teach everybody else that. I'm like, okay. So now I come out the spaceship and I go down like these steps. It's like a golden room and it got a pole in it. Have you mind the girl who I had a spiritual experience with her or whatever. She was in the dream, and on her website, on her main page, it looks like that. It's like a golden stairwell with like her in it. And it's like I saw strippers and stuff as I went down the golden stairs. Right. So it's like coming from like the higher, like from what I understood in this dream, it's like I was coming from higher consciousness down into like the gold, which is like, you know, your Merkaba, your gold room, then coming through that, coming down the stairs, coming down spiral steps. And I finally made it down to earth. And that's when I was like, a dude was like, "Baby, you left your keys." I was like, "Huh?" I couldn't see who it was. I never saw the person's face. And I caught the keys and I looked at my car and tried to open up my car, but the lights did never flash for my car. It flashed for a red truck. And I got into the red truck. That's when we drove somewhere, but then the red truck turned into a tour bus. Then the tour bus took me to the place where I was supposed to be going to a show, but instead I did somebody's hair. I got caught up doing her hair for forever. And they was like, you leaving your shoes. And I was like, no, fuck that. I don't need them damn shoes. Fuck them shoes. Let's go. We got to hurry and get out of here. Bro, we about to miss our show. Come on, fuck Hoy. Let's go. So yeah. There are things that exist for you already in the spiritual realm that you're supposed to be doing. And people will try to convince you that you're not supposed to be doing those things. But your soul knows you're supposed to be doing those things, okay? I've already ascended. I just came back down to finish the last job before I go up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, become a superstar or the other version of a star seed. Because I've already completed the going into space, exploding into stardust, and like, oh my God, this is amazing. Look at Earth from space. Look at my hands. I could see constellations in my hands. But then I remembered I had a son and I fell back down to Earth and started working out and become a physical trainer. Or personal trainer, rather. Like, when we finally realize that the spiritual, like when you finally go through the real phases of becoming spiritual, like fasting, all that stuff, and you really like break through and understand yourself on a level of energy and you respect that, then you can manifest better. But you got to be around people who have the same vision as you, or y'all could at least like marry ideas on a certain level. And that doesn't always happen. It's kind of hard when you find, when you find out that people you really love might not want to do the same exact thing as you. But you got to be okay with that, because you're going to miss out on your opportunity to do what you got to do if you keep on bullshitting. So when it comes to these cycles and the periods and the moon and the alignment and all that other stuff, it's like people think, oh, that's just some bullshit. All that astrology stuff it's real. Everything happens for a reason. We have a sense of understanding to help navigate us and direct us. It's a compass in everything. Everything is trying to get you to where you got to go so you could be happy. Like, nothing in life wants you to be miserable. Everything wants you to be happy. But you got to find the things that make you happy so that you could be on that journey towards the things that make you happy. And there will be times where what you don't understand your happiness truly is, you're not going to get it because you're so focused on what you think you want versus what the universe knows you want. Like, some people are being avoidance about sexuality. Some people being avoidance about how they feel about money. Like, I really was always like, oh, money's trash. I hate money. But I actually like that money brings me freedom. Right? So I don't have an issue with money. But before my vibration, I was showing that I did. So I wasn't getting money. But when I finally realized, I'm like, oh, money frees me. It's for freedom. It's not for me to play with. It's not for me to flex on nobody with. It's for freedom. That's when money just started falling in my hands because I understood the purpose of money. The purpose of exchanging energy is to free other people. It's not to hinder, lock, or block, or flex on. It's like you get the ability to be abundant and rich when you understand what to do with the riches. So this level of graduation, because we're all graduated starseeds at this point. If you've been on the journey all this year, and you here at this point, on this part of the journey, you graduated. This is graduation point. So now you got all your spiritual wards, chains, ropes. You drip down. You got a chain. You got a new click. Maybe you finding your new click still, whatever. This part is now for you to understand that you understand so much about yourself, the universe, energy. It's time for you to lock in with the people who genuinely will get you where you gotta go. It's time for you to get on your tour bus. Look. Y'all see that? I just opened the box. I literally just opened the box. And look what you see. Travel. It's time for you to... And look at the bus. The bus is blue. Have you mind? It's time for you to get on your bus. Or else you're going to get left behind in the dust. What's the car behind that? Intuition. Yeah. And look at space and all that behind him. Drip. Like, I did not say you dripped out. You know yourself. You got your chain. You got your drip. You look good. You a whole spiritual baddie, spiritual daddy. It's time for y'all to travel to where y'all got to go to your dimension so that you can get praise and honor in your dimension where you're belonging at. Sometimes we get trapped in between worlds and we don't realize, like, I'm not supposed to be in that dimension over there with them people. And that's okay. That's the part that we got to come to terms with. It's okay. Like sometimes people be really, and some people be concerned. You know, somebody biting their nails concerned. It's like you just gotta realize sometimes the veil is becoming very thin. Somebody's moving on from somebody. It's like you realize, like, I'm supposed to be doing this. Why am I doing this? Look, okay, look what 3 cards just popped out. Manipulation, entity attachment, rising star. So this rising star is moving on from whatever this is. Somebody pulling puppet strings. There's a third party stitch. So somebody is in a relationship with somebody, trying to be in a relationship with somebody else. It's a 3-way. Somebody got some light-skinned girl with red hair. My hair ain't red, motherfucker, and I ain't light. So it ain't me. I did have a dream about one of my light-skinned friends, though. She had a bunch of boyfriends. She's like, oh, I'm the one that's the daddy up in here. Y'all gonna be up in here being my boyfriends. Y'all thought this was, I run shit. This my house, oh, man, I haven't seen her in a long time. It says, surprise, Starseed activation. Yeah, it's like, you gotta realize how big of a deal you truly are and, like, stand on that. Like, no disrespect to anybody else, but it's like, I know I got shit that I gotta do in my life. And if you don't want to see me do it, then you in the way. And that's crazy because it's nobody around me that I would want to see do well. Somebody's in emotional pain about this rising star. Trusted. I don't know who's being trusted. Who's this person that needs to be trusted? It says trust your ascending. Trust it. Somebody's gonna help you on your ascension journey. We got the high priestess. So trust your intuition. And we got somebody, a thief, trying to steal from a high priestess. And we got trusted again, and then voodoo at the bottom of the deck. Somebody trying to use voodoo to steal from a high priestess. Manipulation still at the bottom of the deck. We got a child, and a child has tears in his eyes. Every time I see that card, it makes me think about my son, I swear. And then I saw opposition. Hold up. Let me find out. Somebody's child is actually their ops. Yeah, it popped out again. Opposition right after child. Somebody's child is their ops. Because of a karmic feminine convincing them to be their parents' ops. Something to do with courthouse. Opposition. Again, somebody's trying to use the courthouse to become somebody's ops. And the karma is legal systems trying to come against that person's relationship. Oh, and they're the ones who put the entity attachment on the person. The entity attachment is coming from the courthouse. So there's been a false narrative going on all along. And somebody's trying to say hello from the other side. Oh, shit. Yeah, somebody's in a commitment. And somebody has thoughts and emotional pain about that. There's a ritual that was done for this commitment. This was forcing somebody to ascend and awaken a high priestess who got manipulated into something. Damn. It's a false narrative. It's about self-love. A mature woman had a gift for this high priestess. So self-love. The mature woman had faith and gifts. But there's some kind of karma coming from the legal system. From a boss. Or against the boss who's a priest. Somebody who wanted to be in a third party stitch. The veil is exposing this. Somebody's twin flame. Ice King. Rising star. Manifesting that. but they're going to pass away instead. All right, that's enough from that deck. I don't like that. I don't want to even see no more from that read because that was too. Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all go. I appreciate y'all's happening. I gotta use the restroom, and I love y'all. So remember, here on this platform, you are heard, seen, and loved. I want y'all to always have peace, love, and hair grease and everything in between, because these are all your tools in your body, your chakras, and your body to help you manifest your dreams. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. Okay? I love y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease. Also remember, stream my music on all stream platforms. Link is gonna be down below. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and all other platforms as well. Any platform you could think of, I'm there as Euphoria at 9A's1_. Just follow me, tap in, and join the movement. The key is division, not division. Okay, division, division, which is everybody collectively coming together and going forward instead of division, chopping everybody up into different sections. So I hope to see y'all in division instead of in division. All right, love y'all. Peace.